So as I've been having more and more coaching calls with traders from all over the world, we have more people now than ever getting into Forex trading for the first time. A very common question that comes up is, should I look to get funded by one of these prop firms? We're not going to name any names in today's clip, but it is important for us to talk about this because I think the financial side of it is very appealing to new or struggling traders, people that are undercapitalized. I think that is the best word to bucket everybody into. When I got into trading, I had to raise my own money to grow my own trading account. Prop firms were not a thing for Forex traders. FTMO was out there. I said I wasn't going to name companies, but everybody knows FTMO. They were out there, but no one was trading with them. I thought it was kind of sketchy. This was like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Like no one was working with them. They've exploded in growth in the last couple of years. The reason for the growth that I have seen from all these different prop firms, I think comes from the fact that we have low interest rates all over the world. Money is easy to get right now. And that's let them set up these companies that can fund traders. People want to grow all of this money that's available and it's cheap money. So it makes sense that these companies are out there. So that's the first piece. For a new or struggling trader or for someone that is undercapitalized, that undercapitalization will cause you to make a lot of trading mistakes because you're trading for money and it takes a lot of experience to master the psychological hiccups, the roadblocks that we hit as a trader. And undercapitalization causes a lot of those roadblocks. We want to make more money. We think we should be making more money based on our knowledge, based on our effort, based on our experience, but we might not be because, again, we're just short on capital. You need big money to make big money. A lot of gurus on the internet don't say that. That is the truth. I've worked with a lot of successful traders. I worked in New York City with a prop firm for a year and a half. From my experience, from my own results, big money makes big money. Small money can only generate small money. It's just the way trading works. Unless you're over leveraging, taking large positions, risking the whole account, that's the only way to make small money make big money. Because you got to be controlling your risk, and that should always be based on a percentage of your overall account. So back to the funding companies. Why I wanted to bring this up today, again, was because of all these questions that I've been getting about should I get funded. I'm new with ASFX. Maybe you just came in and you're taking the courses like Gerber, right? Like a lot of people on the stream today. You just come into ASFX. You're feeling confident. You see the systems. You see me trading it live. You're like, all right, I want to put this to work, but I don't have the bread. I'm saving up. I've got bills. I've got family. I got a kid. I got shit. So I'm saving up slowly. For you guys, I didn't have this option. You guys can look at these funding companies, and if you can prove to them that you can trade, you can actually get funded by them and be trading the proper amount of capital, a large amount of capital, that you won't have to risk crazy amounts of percentage of your overall account. You won't need crazy leverage because you're going to have capital that you can put to work. So the point of all of this is because for a newer struggling trader that wants to be independent and wants to be a sovereign trader, doesn't want a boss telling them what to do, doesn't want a company telling them what to do, you're going to think, like I did, I got to raise my own money. I got to go out and generate money. At the time when I started trading, you guys know I was still a DJ. So I was still working parties on the weekends and pumping that money, all the extra money, into my trading account. But now, if you think about that, I had to pay taxes on that money that I earned. I don't know where you're living, but we're going to assume you're in the United States or you're in a country that you got to pay taxes. So I go out and I earn money and I pay taxes on that money. Then I put the money into my trading account. I make gains with it. And then I have to pay taxes on that money that I take out. So I'm getting taxed twice. And this is the point of this little clip today. If you go and trade with these prop firms, and of course, I'm not an accountant. You should be working with an accountant if you're taking this seriously to file your taxes every year. If you're making money from trading, I would highly recommend you get linked up with a good accountant. But think about this. If you go with one of these prop firms, you don't have to go make, let's just use 100 grand because it's an easy number. You don't have to go make 100 grand to be able to trade 100 grand. If you have to go generate the 100 grand, then to go trade it, you're getting taxed twice, once on making that money, and then twice when you make profit on that money. Versus with these prop firms, with these funding companies, you go trade their capital with their money. You don't pay taxes on that. You only pay taxes on the money that you split with them as a profit split. A lot of these companies that I've heard about, you have to invoice them and then they pay you out, whether it's every month or every 2 months or whatever it is. So you're only going to owe taxes, as far as I'm understanding it, on that payout from that company. And normally that is not going to be taxed. Again, talk to your accountant, but that's not going to be taxed at capital gains. It's not a capital gain. That's ordinary income, especially if you have an LLC that you're trading with or an S Corp. You can then have that prop firm pay your business, and then you can even have write-offs against that profit that you generate with the prop firm. So if we were to just talk about prop firms from a taxable event standpoint, they are a much better path for someone that does not have 50 grand or 100 grand to start trading with. They're a much better path for you to go and potentially move through. Number one, because first you're going to have to pass their challenge. A lot of the challenges are not timed, and I like those challenges better than the make 10% in 30 days. I don't think that's a good barometer of a good trader. I think it should be no time limit, but if you pass that challenge, you prove to yourself and the company that you should be funded, that you should be trading big money, and then you only pay taxes on the profits that you make from their money. You don't have to pay taxes on your own money first and then pay taxes on your own profits after. So where I'm getting taxed twice, a lot of you guys that are new or that are struggling, you can go and only get taxed on that profit payout as ordinary income in the United States. So it's very appealing. If I was just getting into trading today, it's definitely a path that I would be trying to figure out which company worked best for me. And I would say also think about it from a point of, okay, 5 years from now, if money isn't as available, will I regret not trying out a prop firm? Will I regret trying to be stubborn and save my own money and pay my own taxes and grow my own money? You know, that way, it's just going to take you a long time. Some of these prop firms will fund you with 500 grand or $1 million. You want $1 million trading account? You need to generate more than $1 million of your own money first to then fund your own trading account. To generate $1 million, you need to then pay taxes. You're paying 40%, 37% in taxes on that. So it's going to take even longer. So from the taxable standpoint, at least here in the United States, I don't know the tax law in Australia. I don't know the tax law in the UK. But in the United States, the prop firms seem to help us as traders on the taxable side of things. So check them out. Do a bunch of research. I've got other videos on my channel about prop firms, but I definitely recommend if you're new, if you're struggling, if you're undercapitalized in general, check out the prop firms that are available today. You can save yourself a lot of time and get your career started even faster potentially. So that's me sharing my 6 years of experience and hopefully helping you shorten your learning curve. So I hope it helps.